Welcome back, everybody, to Tron Week.
That's right, all the Tron tent you could ever want.
Very good.
Is it?
Can you believe we're doing 2 videos in 1 week?
I could believe that.
And do you know why we're doing it?
We made a scheduling mistake.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, you don't think?
I think there's 2 this week and then a gap next week because we love Tron tent.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happened.
And we love Tron tent, and then we're so exhausted from that. We need to take a week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Please leave a like because we are talking, of course, about Tron Legacy.
That's right.
I love it.
I love it too.
So good.
But
after being just drowned in what I consider mediocre Tron tent.
Well, see, that's the thing, because if someone were to ask me your opinion of Tron Legacy a few weeks ago, I would have said James thought it was all right.
Yeah.
Based on what I know about James, he thinks that movie's all right. But after a rewatch and after being drowned in the previous generation of Tron stuff, of which Tron Legacy wouldn't exist without us being drowned in all that stuff.
And
yeah.
I don't even think we highlighted earlier this week the effort they put to even make things glow, because they were individually cutting out cells to isolate moments.
You're talking about the original Tron.
The original Tron, yeah, frame by frame to get it to even look like that, which I hate.
I mean, Tron Legacy, they just use computers, which is easy.
Well, sort of. The suits are practical for the most part. They've got like light piped into them.
They seem a little impractical. I mean, there's no pockets, is there? There's just bits to latch your plane onto or latch your bike onto or whatever. Where do you put your wallet?
What are you carrying around?
Everything's
Face ID.
How do you buy stuff at the bar?
You touch things with your fingers and then the force happens or whatever.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
If you're Jeff Bridges.
What if you want to pay cash though?
Where
Where do you keep your ID? I guess it's in your disc.
Yeah. What if you want to buy a weird drink from David Bowie?
Yeah.
You use your disc.
Everybody's touching and going with their disc. Oh, look, guys, I left my disc at home. Can I pay half on one disc and half on the other disc? I'm buying for the whole table. That's what Rinsler's doing.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know what this is, though? This is taking concepts which are really solid, really dynamic, really clever from the 80s that you couldn't fully realize.
Yes.
And then bringing them to the modern day.
It is a remake in a manner of speaking.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I guess in the sense that it's got all the hits.
It's the same beats.
It's like how people imagined it would have been back in the 80s if they had, money and actual computers.
More than one computer.
And not glow-in-the-dark hazard tape they're sticking to stuff.
Exactly. I just want to talk about the lead up to this. This was in development hell for years. It did turn a profit. They knew there was kind of an audience there. There were sequels that were official then unofficial, including Tron 2.0, which was a video game. We played it at bigsandwich.co if you do want to check it out. But to actually get this off the ground, there was a VFX concept teaser, which was at Comic-Con in 2008.
Directed by Joseph Kosinski.
Exactly.
The king of the Legacy sequel. Because, of course, he did Top Gun Maverick. Yeah. He did F1, which would have been a sequel to Days of Thunder if Tom Cruise wasn't busy, I assume.
Yep.
But it's got the same vibe. But yeah,
it totally does, yeah. That wasn't designed as like, this is the movie we're making. That was, does anybody care about this? It was to show Disney that there's an audience. And it was also to see if it could be done.
And you got Jeff Bridges back for it.
Double Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
Doing double time. Yeah. We will talk about the dual roles that Jeff Bridges is playing.
And then that teaser became the original trailer. And I downloaded that trailer back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Just as high res as it could have possibly been.
Still looks amazing.
Probably 480p. And I just so I could watch it over and over again. I'm like, this is incredible. And this is just how the original Tron was. Was what I thought.
It never was, not even for a split second.
No, that's true, yeah.
Yeah. So they got Joseph Kosinski. This was the most expensive film made by a first-time director. Oh. This is a $170 million movie. Part of the reason it looks so good is, part of many reasons, it's because Joseph Kosinski has an incredible eye. All of his movies, whether you like the movie Oblivion or not, I do. We talked about it recently.
I can't remember. Did I think it was good? You'll have to go back and watch.
I think so. He's a former architect, so the world, the way it feels, I mean, it's a digital world, but it's very tactile.
And I think part of that is the sound design.
Yes.
There's a lot of people sliding on glass, and you can there's a lot of squeak, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of squeak of boots on glass.
Yeah, this is a squeak wall.
It is a squeak wall.
But yeah, there is more practical stuff in this than you'd think. I guess like the first movie where a lot of the effects were hand-cutting animation.
Oh, yes.
So each of these suits were like $60,000 each. There were $13 million spent in costumes alone. They were powered by batteries, and they'd have to turn them off between takes and like put new batteries in. You couldn't sit in them because they're all fragile.
Well, you can't sit on a pack of 9-volt batteries, can you?
No, they'll go straight up your ass.
They're stored in your butt.
Yeah, I guess in 2010 or 2009 when they filmed this, the LED kind of strip situation, which any streamer can get now, wasn't as available, you know?
I bet back in the day they were probably really fragile too. If you bent them too far, they just wouldn't work.
Oh,
anymore.
absolutely, yeah. But the idea was that, this is going to be a franchise.
Yeah.
There was a prequel video game, there were prequel comics, there was an animated show which came 2 years after.
Which is set in between,
Yes.
it's set in between the flashback sequences of this movie and then before the present day sequences in this movie.
Let's talk story.
Okay.
It's not about Tron.
No, it never is. No, it never is and it never will be. The cartoon series is about Tron, but it's not the original Tron. It's a different guy.
Wait, so the Tron
Yes.
in the cartoon series is not original Tron, who's also the Tron from this movie?
No, he meets original Tron.
I thought he carried Tron over from the original Grid world.
Yes, he did. But that Tron
Yeah.
meets another guy who takes on the identity of Tron.
Oh my god.
Yeah, real Tron is only in the cartoon.
Because I did watch some of that show in the lead up to this.
Uh-huh.
It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got Tron-cepted.
You sure did.
I didn't even know.
Right.
I should have watched more episodes.
There's layer upon layer to this Tron tent, let me tell you.
For this character who's never the main character.
That's right. So this version is set in the present day of 2011, the distant past.
310.
Yeah.
Is it?
Who knows? Circa the 2010s.
Yeah.
He's got that duckbill hair, so it's somewhere around that era. But after the events of the original Tron, Kevin Flynn, Jeff Bridges, he's like, I'm gonna make the grid.
I'm young.
Yeah, I'm young. I'm young and glossy. I'm young and glossy and handsome, and I'm gonna make the grid. And let me tell you, it's gonna change everything. And then in like 1989, he disappears.
Yep.
And his son's like, well,
This freaking sucks.
yeah, this sucks.
And my mum died, even though they filmed a bunch of stuff with my mum, but they wanted to kind of remove that element from the movie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right. Well, decades later, he's a rebellious young man. All he's got's a motorcycle and a leather jacket and a piece of multi-million-dollar waterfront property.
Well, he does own the company.
Well, he does own the company.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got that safety net. He doesn't interfere with the day-to-day operations of Encom,
No.
the company that he owns. But once a year, he shows up and he pranks them.
Yeah. And Bruce Boxleiter's like, pretty good. Glad I got a gig.
Yeah.
Because apparently he wasn't going to be in this initially. Because there's only 2 returning actors.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Well, there's 3 in a bonus thing. We'll talk about it.
Yes.
Apparently it was like fan outcry. But like, you got to have Tron in your
Tron.
Tron movie, right?
But we will riot if Tron is not in this, but also if he's the main character. He must be in this, but he must be in the background.
Bruce Boxleiter's great though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Bruce Boxleitner.
Oh, okay. Bruce Boxleitner.
Yes.
I mean, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm the problem, Mason.
Oh, you're going to leave all that in?
Yeah, fuck it, whatever.
Okay, great. What's interesting, because there's been a lot of talk, about this movie, about the de-aging effect.
Yeah.
On Jeff Bridges.
We're probably not going to cover it. Just kidding. We're going to talk about it a lot.
Oh my God, it's going to be endless. But obviously, Clue, who is his computer-generated program copy, he never ages, and so the de-aging effect, because it looks glossy and digital and unreal,
Yeah.
it kind of works for the character. But they then went and had to do a bunch of flashback sequences featuring the real Kevin Flynn in the 80s, and that glossy effect
It hurts,
does not.
yeah.
It hurts. The mouth doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't really match the talking.
No.
But also, what is not covered a lot is that Bruce Boxleitner's character,
I think it's Boxleitner.
he also gets de-aged, but you don't notice as much. First of all, because he's only in a couple of scenes,
And it's a fuzzy background.
but also because Bruce Boxleitner looks exactly the same.
He does, doesn't
He's just
he?
got grey hair, so I
Yeah.
guess they just had to do less.
He also doesn't emote in the same way. He didn't.
yeah.
He didn't need to. Yeah. Anyway, so the story. So Sam Flynn,
Yes.
played by Garrett Hedlund, who we were talking about this just before. Was he considered bland in this role at the time?
I think some people,
Because I think he's really good.
I think he's good too. I think there's my memory of this when the movie came out was people were like, "Oh, he's not. He doesn't quite suit the role," but I think he does. And I think the outcry basically was he's too handsome to be a nerd. He's too handsome to be able to program a thing. But then he's got Jeff Bridges' DNA, so
Yeah.
of course he's going to be handsome in this movie. Obviously,
You just tricked in the first one that Jeff Bridges isn't handsome because he's in that stupid suit.
that's right.
But he's
Yeah.
very handsome also.
Casting on this movie was by Sarah Halley Finn, who people will know, who
makes sense.
cast all the Marvel movies, and
Yep.
in my opinion has never missed, not once. I think Garrett Hedlund's great in
Did
this.
you cast Tron Ares? Because you might have missed one time.
Oh no, I don't know.
I think that particular casting choice was a non-negotiable though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think Headland's got a lot of nuance.
Yeah.
And
Olivia Wilde's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last of the Manic Pixie Dream Girls.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's this? What's books? What's kissing? I don't even know.
I mean, at least she could like fight, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think
You
she's
know?
cool in
So,
it. Yeah.
yeah. And they do write a reason for her to be that way. But yeah, that Manic Pixie Dream Girl, like, it's dead for a reason.
Yeah. There is a good bit though where
Although Jules Verne?
yeah, Sam Flynn's like, I know Jules Verne, and she's like, what's he like? Fun.
I'd be like, yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm a better writer.
Yeah, I actually wrote a bunch of that for him.
She's never going to get out of here.
Yeah,
Little
yeah.
does he know.
That's right. But anyway, so the plot is that Sam Flynn, looking for his father,
Yeah.
he goes to the Flynn's arcade where
There was a mysterious message sent.
to a pager.
Yeah.
If you can even believe that.
No.
If I were to be critical about some of this movie, I mean, it's a contrivance of just moving the plot forward. But the fact that Sam gets this page and then he goes to Flynn's arcade and then he happens to use the quarter that his dad gave him in 1989 to specifically use the Tron arcade game, then the coin gets put in and then it comes out of the return slot and it lands on the scrape on the ground, which leads him to the clue of moving the Tron arcade machine out of the way to lead to a hidden door.
Yeah.
To get him to the Tron machine and the laser that sucks you off into a computer. You know?
God, the suck you off lasers back.
Right.
I don't think the effect is as interesting.
Well, you
though.
don't see it at all.
No.
I
Like,
guess
what kind of cubic situation is this going to be?
I had a
but
fuzzy memory of that, but I guess he's refined the process since
Yeah.
1980 whatever.
It's not as interesting, though.
It's not, no. But I did like the transition from Flynn's arcade in the real world to Flynn's arcade on the grid. I thought that was fun.
That was really nice.
I think there's a costuming transition as well. I think he switches from brown leather jacket to black leather jacket.
Well, I guess it is. It's a monochrome world.
Yeah.
Or it has been in the past.
yeah.
This is a different computer simulation as
Yes.
well, isn't it, than the
Yes, it is.
previous one. So yeah, and then his dad's been trapped in there or whatever for 1,000 cycles, which is like 1,000 years.
Well, maybe.
No, apparently it is. I
Well, he's
looked up.
looking great then.
I mean, he ages in real time, like real Earth time, but to him, he's been there for a bit under 1,000 years.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and everything looks incredible. The de-resing is unreal. The light cycles, the de-resing of the light cycles as they smash and all the goo spills out of it.
The de-resing, when we see the first guy get killed in the disc war and he explodes into cubes like he's made of safety glass, I'm
Yeah.
like, that's incredible.
God,
it's great work.
So good. But then, of course, CGI Jeff Bridges. Apparently, it wasn't lost on him that he was scanned into a computer for this movie again. Though more recently, he said, I didn't really like that. I look like Bill Maher, which is not really someone you want to look like. Even Bill Maher doesn't want to look like Bill Maher. That's not probably true. He probably sees himself in a very specific way that doesn't really reflect his awful face and personality.
He thinks he looks like a young Jeff Bridges.
He probably does. But it's mostly head replacement. So they had a stand-in actor who would then copy Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges would do the performance, he'd have the dots on him, and they'd record everything. And then they'd have an actor in the same suit as Clue, and then they'd put the CGI head on.
Right.
There's no deep faking done here because, of course, it's before that. There's been attempts since then, which has made it look better. But I also like it.
Just 10-minute videos from like YouTube effects crew guys going, yeah, we did it. It's pretty easy, actually. Yeah.
Well, speaking of, Corridor Crew recreated the light cycle battle from the first movie in like a day.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, which is not a brag. They weren't like, these guys suck.
Yeah.
It's just like, look how far this has come.
We did it on our phones. We just said phone, recreate the light cycle battle from the original Tron. It just did it.
But I think, kind of like the movie from the 80s, this Jeff Bridges Clue effect is a weird oddity from the past at this point.
Yes.
So I don't hate it. You also, the emotions that he conveys in the performance, it comes across.
Yeah,
It's not like his emotion isn't matching what he's saying.
Yeah.
I feel like.
What I would say, though, is maybe it would have just been easier to just put a little bit of a shadow over
Sure.
there, Jeff Bridges, the whole time.
Yeah.
It would have been,
Keep the helmet on.
fun. Yeah.
But I think the idea of Clue as a villain is great. This is second Clue. We've been Clue-septed.
That's
First
true.
Clue.
That's true, TRU.
The first Clue got in a tank accident, as we saw, and then was captured and killed. So he builds this guy who's like an exact copy of him, has all of his knowledge to run the grid while he's not there.
That's right.
While he's sort of being a father. And he says to him, and this is all in the movie, I don't need to explain it, but that we're going to create the perfect system, or that's what you're designed for. So he gets locked into this binary thinking of, well, then that's what I'm going to do. Any anomaly I'm going to exterminate, which is what happens in this is there's programs coming from seemingly nothing that he disagrees with, and there's a genocide. It's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing.
A lot of it's in the movie.
Almost all of that's in the movie and spin-off material.
Yeah, but I think it's also really interesting that Kevin Flynn even acknowledges that. He's like, I fucked up. I gave you an impossible task, and you're just doing what I told you to do.
I'm a double bad dad.
Yeah.
I was a bad dad to my real kid and my fake computer kid who looks exactly like me.
Sort of.
And is my age.
There's a great line. Oh, there's a few great lines from Jeff Bridges, but at the end...
By a digital jazz man.
By a digital jazz man. The moment where Flynn gets betrayed and Clue says to him, am I still the creator of the perfect system? And Jeff Bridges just goes,
Yeah.
yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
And there's a moment at the end when they have the showdown and Clue says to him, the cycles haven't been kind, have they? And he goes, no, you don't look so bad.
Oh, you don't look so bad.
And Clue just for a second is just like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
He just rinsed me in front of everybody.
I got rinsed.
Yeah. But the fact that he doesn't have that kind of wit or creativity, I think is a really fun kind of interplay.
I mean, you can't be the creator of a perfect system if you couldn't win a roast battle, you know?
That's right, exactly. So his plan is to get into the real world.
Yes.
I feel like if he did, someone would just shoot him. I don't think he'd last very long.
Oh, you think so?
And I also think, how are you going to bring your army in? Like one bloke at a time? What's the plan?
I don't know how that laser works, man.
Okay, this is a new segment, Mason.
Go on.
It's called I've Got Questions and You've Got Answers.
I don't know if I do,
This is
though.
where I've got a question and you have the answers.
Can I ever ask a question?
No, I've got the questions.
Okay, all right.
It's not called You've Got the Question.
What if I do have questions?
Do
though?
you have questions?
I don't think I do.
Then don't
currently.
worry about it.
Okay, all right.
If you've got a segment idea, not this one because this is my segment, you can
Okay.
bring it next time.
All right.
All right? Where's the food from?
Great question.
What is it? Is it digital food? Is it like when they scanned that orange in the first movie? And if
maybe.
you scan in some food, can then you replicate it
Infinitely.
on and on and on? Is it just a approximation of what food is? Like the Matrix, so it's got all the taste and kind of like the feel of real food, but you're not getting actual substance from it. Do you even need to eat? Do you defecate? If you do, does it come out as cubes? If
Are you
got-
asking me?
Yeah, listen.
Are you asking me personally?
Yeah.
Okay. You mean in the movie Tron?
Listen, I've got questions.
Not in real life.
I don't know.
Okay.
All questions. If you go into the real world and you're a Tron person,
Do you need to eat?
do you need to eat? So if he's bringing an army into the real world,
Yeah.
how does that work?
Well, here's the thing. I think some of those questions will be answered by the movie Tron Ares, but also I think they could just as equally say, well, it's a different iteration of the laser that sucks you off into the computer because it's a laser that sucks you off into the real world.
They're not going to bring the laser that sucks you off back for Tron
Because
Ares.
I rewatched the trailer for Tron Ares recently because
Yeah.
as at time of recording the movie's not out yet, and they seem to be being 3D printed
Yeah.
because you see them. You know, when you 3D print something, it's got a kind of frame of like extra stuff, and
Good
you sort
point.
of break it off.
Yeah.
So I reckon they're probably just going to be like different rules for these guys. So even if I reckon probably the digital guys in Tron Ares don't have to eat.
Okay.
I'm going to guess Kevin Flynn wanted these guys, when he programmed this thing, to be like they can enjoy food.
Yeah.
There's also a guy begging on the street, so I think you do need things.
Wow, Mason. I had questions and you had answers.
I definitively answered all those questions.
And what were your questions again?
I don't have
This is
currently.
my segment. So
Oh.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Anyway, David Bowie's in this.
Yes, correct.
Or a guy pretending to be David Bowie. It's Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen?
It's Michael Sheen.
It's Martin Sheen's brother, Michael Sheen.
No, that's none of... What's going on here? You're losing it, man.
I mean, you know, he does a betrayal or whatever. He's in the video game. I think he's in the show as well. There's a moment when that place is stormed by Flynn's troops and they de-res a bunch of civilians.
I love those little jump packs they have.
Oh, so good.
paddles?
Yeah. But anyway, there's one person who gets de-resed and it just cuts to a woman at one point and she's just holding a pile of broken glass and crying.
Yeah, which
and then
was-
it just...
Yeah. I was going to hook up with this guy. Or
Yeah.
she's taking her husband to the bar. I don't know.
But Clue gets the disc because he needs Jeff Bridges' disc so he can get into the real world and know all Jeff Bridges' secrets because Jeff Bridges put all his brains in a disc. That's what happens. You get a disc.
Because that dude grappling hooks his disc. You shouldn't put it on your back. You should put it under your coat.
Yeah.
You know?
Who was that guy?
Some guy.
The Rinsler.
That wasn't a Rinsler. It's a different guy.
What was it? I thought it was Rinsler.
No, Michael Sheen kills him immediately.
Rinsler.
No, he kills the random guy.
Yeah, he does. You're right. Damn. That guy was good, whoever that guy
I
was.
know,
though.
right?
That's incredible.
He's like that guy in that Star Wars one. You know, the guy that fights...
Yeah.
The guy that fights Finn?
Yeah. And then Han Solo just fucking shoots him or whatever.
Yeah.
That dude was incredible.
Agreed.
But then, you know, he does his big speech.
Uh-huh.
Does his big Star Wars The First Order speech. But he just leaves the disc up in a room. Dude, you got to have someone with eyes on that disc.
Yeah. That's a rookie mistake. What I would say, though, Clue not afraid to get his hands dirty, and I
Hell
got to
no.
respect that. He'll get in the. He'll
do a light cycle.
He'll do a light cycle. He'll do the jet thing.
Yep.
That's what I'm
Good stuff.
saying.
Yeah.
You know?
He's spinning with you. And they have a showdown, and there's a big beam of light in the sky. This beam of light in the sky is all right, because
Yeah.
Tron originated, one of the earlier versions of big blue light in the sky. I'm okay with this, all right?
It's true, yeah.
It's okay. They're
Yeah.
allowed to do it. I got a feeling it's going to be a big red light in the sky in the new one.
Oh hell yeah.
But again, Tron originated it.
That's true.
We haven't talked about it. The score.
Incredible.
Daft Punk.
I think it's Daft Punk's best work. I think
Wow.
it's the best thing they've ever
They
done.
did that song one more time.
And Around the World.
And then they went around
Featuring
the
the
world.
lyrics One More Time and Around the World, respectively.
That feels like cheating.
I think it's great. I think if you were in search of a soundtrack to drive down a really long highway at night, put
Yep.
the Tron Legacy soundtrack on. It's incredible work.
All right, then I will.
It's the best thing they've ever done, and they just did that Fortnite collaboration. So I'm even including that.
Wow.
Yeah. But, of course, like all French people, James, eventually their helmets filled up with too much red wine and cigarette ash, and they were forced to retire. So RIP Daft Punk.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
And they're in this movie, of course.
Yeah.
There they are. There's a Ben and Lawrence. They've edited them into this video.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And here's what they look like without the helmets.
Don't do that to the Mason.
They're just regular guys.
Yeah, I know,
They're
but
they're the most 2010s regular guys you've ever seen.
I agree
But they're
with
French.
you.
Here they are.
Yeah.
Here's a bunch of photos of them. We've ruined the magic for everybody. Just two guys.
Anyways, I want to talk about what the future of this movie was initially going to be.
Okay.
But first, Mason, we have to do Tron Trivgacy. It's a
love
trivia section, so we have to do the trivia, of course.
We have to do trivia.
It's just a segment we have to do now, all right? We're never going to not do it.
I like it. Why are you saying it so negative?
Mason, I'm down on it.
Don't be down
What a
on
drag.
it. Man.
The crowd voices during the disc battle at the beginning was captured at 2010 San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh.
They were instructed, there was like words on screen and they did it, and then it's in the movie. Pretty cool stuff.
Okay.
Other actors considered for Sam Flynn were Casey Affleck, Chris Pine, Ryan Gosling, and Michael Stahl David.
Interesting.
And of course, Cillian Murphy is in this.
That's right. Uncredited cameo.
Yep, as Edward Dillinger II. So he's the son of the first Dillinger, played by David Warner. He was, of course, is the bad guy in the first one, one of the bad guys. It's almost as if they put him in this because he was going to be in future movies. And
That's correct.
The antagonist in the third movie. It's almost like that.
There are some Dillingers in the sequel.
Yes.
But it's Gillian Anderson and...
Gillian Anderson.
No, it's Ralph Boner.
Yeah, no, it is. Evan Peters.
Evan Peters, thank you.
Hell yeah. Anyways, box office for this on a budget of $170 million, it made $409.9. Small profit. Interest was there.
Yeah.
Moving forward with the sequel.
But of course, at this point, we were approaching big numbers with
Yeah.
like Marvel superhero projects and
Exactly,
stuff. So
yeah.
they were like, only $400 million.
yeah.
We're like the board at Encom. We only like profits.
But yeah, this was actually partially scrapped because of a couple other Disney properties. One was because Tomorrowland failed, and that's about going into another world and whatever.
Yeah. I did kind of get vibes of that
Yeah.
in this. Just because it is that amazing kind of go into a new wondrous world.
Yeah, this
except
is way better than Tomorrowland.
It is
though.
way better than Tomorrowland. A movie for no one.
And Joseph Kosinski also said in 2017 that because of the acquisition of Lucasfilm and Marvel, and I guess then 20th Century Fox, they're not thinking Tron at that point. They're riding high on all of that stuff.
yeah.
But now they're like, we're not riding as high on all of that
That's
stuff.
right.
What if Tron came back?
Yeah. We purchased all the content for boys, Star Wars and Marvel, and we drove those into the ground.
Yep.
In the Disney Formula Machine assembly line. We got to do another thing for boys.
And we love them for it.
And what do boys love? 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, God. It's interesting, though, because this also came out in like a low period of Disney where they were trying stuff. So it's not dissimilar, I guess, to the new one. Anyways, there is something on the disc. The
The
Blu-ray.
identity disc?
No, the regular disc.
Okay.
It's called Tron the Next Day, and
That's
it
great.
features Dan Shaw, who played Ram, and this time he's user Roy Kleinberg. And he's running the Underground Flynn movement and all of that.
The as part of this teeny weeny little in between call,
Yep.
There's been like an underground movement called Flynn Lives that
Flynn Lives.
suggests that Kevin Flynn, he didn't die.
Yeah.
He's in a computer.
Yeah,
And then people are like, you're just a bunch of cranks, but then it turned out he is in the computer.
that's right.
But also, interestingly, speaking of plot threads that went nowhere. That short film does end with Ed Dillinger Jr., Cillian Murphy's character, speaking to a computer.
Yes.
Calling it Dad,
Yep.
and it speaks with the voice of the Master Control Program from the first movie, suggesting that his dad and the MCP have somehow merged into one being, or he's trapped in the NCOM servers or something.
Or maybe it just is the Master Control Program.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who's adopted Ed Dillinger Jr.? I'm your dad now.
I reckon they would.
I'm proud of you, Cillian Murphy.
They would have gone to him for the new one, right? I think they did, and he was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm Peaky Blinders, baby.
That's right. Peaky Blinders for life. I've always been Peaky Blinders, and I always will be.
But there was an official sequel in the works with like Garrett Hedlund was in it. Joseph Kosinski was going to return. Olivia Wilde was going to return. It was going to start in October of 2015. But then by the following May, that was when Tomorrowland came out, and they killed it for like 10 years. But now Tron's back. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us on this Tron time. Also, as mentioned, we have a service called BigSandwich.co where, yes, we looked at a bunch of Tron stuff. Tron comics, Tron video games. We also looked at the year 1982 for our podcast Time Capsule, where we pick a year in pop culture and we go through everything.
That's right.
So that's a bit of fun if you do want to check it out. Also help support this show. It's $9 a month if you want. But also you can just subscribe here if you want. But it also does early videos. Here's a hint towards not next week, but the week after. What are we looking at?
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
So I'm not doing anything next week?
Probably not.
All right.
We could fill something in. I'll release the Tron Ares review as like a...
Oh, yeah, okay, nice.
So Dal will put together a nice little graphic and people can listen to it.
Yeah, great.
You know? And that's,
nice.
That's fun, isn't it?
It could be Jared Leto slowly transforming into a pile of sludge.
Yes, please. Oh, and thank you so much to Ben and Lawrence for just pumping these out. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ben and Lawrence.
Because they also agree that I didn't make an error. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.